honourable member from Calgary-North.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Calgary School Board is deeply concerned about the effects the NDP's carbon tax is going to have on them and the families they serve. The cost of operating schools is going up. It's going way up. And they're worried they're going to bear the brunt of the increase. And this supposedly revenue-neutral tax is being passed down to families. To the Minister of Education, these folks are worried. Are you willing to sit down with them and have a conversation about how to get through this?
Minister of Education.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thanks very much for the question. Certainly, it's very important that we work together with all of our school boards to ensure that the impacts of our climate change plan and leadership plan are dealt with in a reasonable and equitable sort of manner. And we know as well, of course, that it's important, as I mentioned before, that it's very important for us to use this as a teaching moment, and we know that parents and teachers and school boards want to work through this in a mechanism by which we can increase energy efficiency and to, of course, teach kids about that responsibility.
First supplemental.
Mr. Speaker, given that nonprofits like the YWCA, who I also spoke with, are facing astronomical new bills for heating and running their facilities, they've got 19 of them in Calgary. To the Minister of Finance, are you willing to sit down with them and try to figure out a solution to their pain?
Minister of Finance.
You know, Mr. Speaker, the climate leadership plan that we have put forward is far-reaching. It will improve Alberta. It'll give us social license. And we want all of those charities, nonprofits, and organizations such as schools to know that their new energy efficiency program will have $645 million in it, and they can access that going forward as long as we reduce the use of carbon going forward.
Second supplemental.
Mr. Speaker, these folks have to pay their bills now. They need answers now. You're talking about things that are happening in the future. To the Minister of Environment, are you willing to sit down with these stakeholders and help them through their pain?
Minister of Environment and Parks and Climate Change.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And my office has been in communication with charity organizations about the climate leadership plan. And as we design our energy efficiency programming, Mr. Speaker, there will be a number of targeted stakeholder engagements, in particular with school boards, not-for-profits, housing authorities, and municipalities, to ensure that we are directing those energy efficiency efforts in the right place, Mr. Speaker. There will be a number, hundreds of millions, in fact, of investments in energy efficiency. As we invest in efficiency, we bring down our emissions and therefore our costs, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.